Welcome to Melanated Mental Health.
Yay!
Yay! I know, right? I
I
know.
guess I could start with my introduction. My name is Dr. Christine Sainville. I am a licensed psychologist who's also owner of Shades of Me Melanated Emotions, where we create mental health materials focused on Black and Brown folks. What about y'all?
I mean, that's amazing. So excited to have met you today
Yes.
and to learn more about what you're doing in our community. And so, my name is Kiana Maya, and I am the founder of Black Yogis.
Mhm.
And we are an organization that provides free yoga, meditation, and Pilates to the community, the Tri County area, and beyond.
Right? That's dope. I don't know how I can compete with you two ladies. This is crazy. So I am Kenneth McKenzie. I am the co-founder of Mentally Fit Incorporated. We're a nonprofit organization geared towards assisting individuals of all ages with their daily mental health challenges. We understand that everything is not diagnosed by a doctor. We have a lot of daily challenges that we face where we're dealing with our kids, significant others, work-related stress, traffic, just a variety of different things, trying to figure out how to wear our hair, what to put on. And those things can compile into one big stress ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it could explode into something more serious where now we do need a doctor or physician to come in and assist us with that. So when we come in, we utilize non-contact boxing fitness, meditation, yoga, and group coaching for success sessions to assist individuals with those challenges that they may face.
Awesome. I think all the things that we do work well together. People don't think that they work well together, but I think there's a misconception that mental health has to be in the therapy room, but there are so many things that are innate in our culture that is self-care that we don't think is self-care because mainstream media hasn't labeled it as that.
Right.
Mhm.
And so therapy is one part, but what do we do to keep our mind, body, and soul together?
For sure. It's kind of like how when you go to church on Sunday, you don't do anything else throughout the week. Like you need more than just that one Sunday service, to keep
Mhm.
you going. And so it's about creating daily practices that support our own mental health. It's how we interact with each other. And I
Mhm.
think the biggest thing that I've learned throughout my journey, especially as a leader, is the importance of representation. And
Absolutely.
that's why Black Yogis of South Florida was founded 4 years ago.
Mhm. Representation absolutely matters. And the reason I started Shades of Me was actually a lot of Black men were coming into therapy saying, I feel type of way. And I'm like, okay, what type of way? But I didn't have any resources to show to be like, all right, these are the different feelings.
Mhm.
And so I was like, I went on Pinterest, I went on Google, I couldn't find anything. And I was like, no journals, no feeling charts. So I just created it because if we're gonna really do this and if we're really gonna say that mental health is important to us, it needs to look like us.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think that's big within our communities because we don't have representation in a lot of the different spaces. And, on my personal journey through therapy, um, I started out with a therapist from a different cultural background. And not to say that they were not helpful, um, it just hit differently
Mm-hmm.
once I got with someone from my cultural background and that understood um, my needs and my, understanding my background. So, I definitely agree 100% that we need to have representation in those spaces, especially with the type of tools and resources that we receive in that space as well. So,
Absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely.
I think I had a few friends that I was very vocal about when I started going to therapy, and I had a few friends who then in turn were like, okay, I think I should go to therapy too. And so I think we have to normalize having these conversations. We can talk about pop culture, we can talk about other things, but I think that this needs to be a regular conversation, especially as we have the holidays coming up. Are we
Mm-hmm.
going to talk about that at the dinner table? Can we talk about, and it's not necessarily saying that we have to unpack issues right here and there, but just normalizing the fact of, okay, we're normalizing boundaries, we're normalizing self care, we're normalizing time to ourselves, we're not, just those type of things. We're normalizing support. And so I think making it more real for people and not just something that they see external for themselves is very powerful.
Yeah. and even effective communication.
Mhm.
Because a lot of times families don't know how to effectively communicate and they just shut down and cut each other off for 10 years
Mhm.
when this could have been handled with a simple conversation.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about this a while ago. Is we have these misunderstandings, and we stop talking to one another, thinking that, well, you had an issue with me,
Mm-hmm.
and since I felt like you had an issue with me,
Mm-hmm.
then now I have an issue. But then when we finally talk a month, a few weeks later, oh well, you said such and such, and you're like, well, no, I wasn't. I just was walking around because I had another issue going on. Well, I thought you was feeling a
Exactly.
certain type of way about me, so that's why I had that attitude with you. And it's like, again, a simple conversation, once it occurs, could change a whole, energy and trajectory of a conversation. And
It could change a whole family
yeah,
because how many
absolutely.
times do siblings go, they don't talk to each other and their kids don't talk to each other?
Right.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
So,
Or you don't know a whole side of your family specifically
because,
because your parent
exactly,
doesn't,
Right.
interact with them.
exactly,
And it
exactly.
happens, and we don't know the harm that it does to generations of
Mm-hmm.
families moving forward. And you're walking by maybe a first or a second cousin
Mm-hmm.
in the street or attending school with them, and you don't even know it because mom had an issue with something that Auntie Diane said, or someone that said something, and now it's a whole issue moving forward. So conversations and misunderstandings are big in our family dynamics. So yeah.
I do have a question. What is the favorite part of your business?
The favorite part of our business is just being able to give people something that they might have not experienced before. So we don't just work with youth, we also work with adults and we work with seniors. And particularly with our seniors, just to hear a senior say that I've never put a box of gloves on in my life and I've never hit anything. This is my first time punching a heavy bag. That's powerful because
Mhm.
once you see them actually participating and doing the activities and just the energy that comes along with it, it gives you a different feeling. And especially when you hear their age and you're like, oh well, I'm 91 years old, you're like, oh my goodness, you're 91 and you're
Mm-hmm.
like, it's a different feeling. But keeping them connected within the community is big because we know, like we talk about the holidays, a lot of people have lost so
Mm-hmm.
many individuals around them, but they're still here, and sometimes they find themselves removing themselves from community,
Yep.
removing themselves from families, and just pretty much staying in this cocoon of a space.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not good.
Mm-hmm.
And, being able to get them outside, just doing something active that they enjoy and, being able to interact. Now, did you feel that? How was your arms? Oh my God,
Mm-hmm.
my arms were on fire and I really liked it. My blood was pumping. To see them with that type of energy is very rewarding at the end of the day.
What I would add to that is not only losing people, losing friendships,
Correct.
losing jobs,
Mm-hmm.
that grief shows up in so many different types of ways that sometimes we don't honor that and how it can impact how we move through the world. Like losing friendships of
That's how.
10, 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
People really grieve that.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
And so the holidays brings up all of these feelings that
Mm-hmm.
we don't know what to do with. And so self-isolation is absolutely something that people absolutely do.
Right.
What is your favorite part?
I think similar to what Kenneth shared, for so many people in the classes that we've done, it was their very first time taking yoga. And they, were afraid of it. They felt like, oh, well, if I'm not super flexible or super strong, or if I don't
Mm-hmm.
have a certain body build, then this isn't for me. And so when they come and they see the yoga teachers that are a part of our collective, and they see us coming in all different beautiful shades of melanin, and they see us come with all different hair textures and body shapes and different ranges of motion, and we all show up authentically with who we are, and we all bring our magic. They're inspired, and to come to a class where you can hear the language being spoken the way that you speak. You can hear the music that you like to groove to and to move to, and you can receive a warm hug when you walk in, and
Mm.
and get that welcoming instead of feeling like you're tolerated.
Mm-hmm.
Because I felt that in some wellness spaces, like
Mm-hmm.
you feel like you're ignored or you're tolerated. And there's a warmth thing coming into a space that was curated specifically for you. And so I think that is the most beautiful part. And I would just also add is because our classes are open to all generations, seeing those generational cycles being broken, like in real time, and watching, a mother and a child, or a grandmother or grandfather and a child, practicing yoga together. I think that that's beautiful because it's saying, okay, I believe and I invest in the next generation. And maybe I didn't get a chance to exposure to this as a kid, but I want to give this to you.
But that's one of the tangible ways we break intergenerational trauma. I know we talk about it as this kind of foreign thing, but it could be something as simple as doing activities that older generations may not have had the opportunity to do with their parents. So I think that's really important. One of my favorite things, yes, therapy is great. I love it. I love watching people change. But something that happened earlier is my favorite part of Shades of Me is that you saw the stress ball with the afro,
Right, that was dope.
and having people see themselves in mental health instead of saying we don't do that. It's like, oh, there is space for me here. And so seeing people smile when they see those types of things or the journals, it makes me feel like I'm making a change. Because a lot of times as a therapist, I feel like I'm catching people in crisis, and I want to get to the top of the hill before we get to the crisis.
Right.
So that's what I enjoy the most.
I like those. That was dope. First thing I asked you, where did you get these from? Where those stress balls are actually awesome. I wish I would have brought it over. Did you show it on your last podcast?
Yes.
Okay, that was dope. That's awesome. We refer to her podcast about the stress balls with the dreadlocks. That was dope. I enjoyed it.
And you can get it on our website, shadesofme.store.
Yeah.
Well, this was a great conversation.
Thank you so much.
Right. See, teamwork makes the dream work.
Absolutely.
It is. So,
and I think everything is meant to happen for a reason. We were all here for a podcast, and we were like, let's do one together.
Let's make it
Shout out to our AI companion.
Yeah.
Joy.
Yeah. Real
Joy
fast.
AI.
Listen, never seen a video
Chat
uploaded
JOY.
that fast. Production is flawless over here.
Right.
No, you better come over here and get you something real quick.
Yes.
It's
Code
really
Space
dope.
is the place.
Yeah.
Hey.
Man, you just started that on the fly?
Yeah.
That's all right. That's all right.
We get you a record deal.
Freestyle Fridays,
Exactly.
Saturdays. All right. Well, that was dope. We appreciate you. I appreciate sitting down with you. Always, Key. You're super dope. I call you DJ Kettle all the time. We the best. So I'm Kenneth, Mentally Fit.
Dr. Sainville.
Kiana from Black Yogis in South Florida.
She is hilarious. Okay. Have a great day, people. We enjoyed it. Love you.
All right.